Hello everyone, welcome to From the Star Wars Home Video Library. I'm your host Nathan B. Butler, author of A Saga on Home Video, 2nd edition, the 3-volume set, now available in Kindle and paperback and hardback over on Amazon.com. Fans Guide to U.S. Star Wars Home Video releases here. We're going to take a look in this episode back at something we've seen before back in episode 62 and then supplemental episode 62.1. I'm giving this its own episode number just to avoid confusion because that has been so long ago. But we finally get a chance to see some original packaging on something we'd only seen outside of the packaging before. That item is the Star Wars movie viewer from Kenner. Previously, we looked at kind of the old, kind of beat up movie viewer that I've had all this time. Again, the way this would work is you would slap a cartridge in here, look through this hole, and crank to turn some film inside the cartridge so that you could sort of animate your own, almost like a flip book type of reel of Star Wars footage. Light would come in through here, you would just hold it from here, and then if you needed to, you could focus with this here, right? That was the movie viewer itself. It was marketed by Kenner for a bunch of different properties. Slap a Star Wars sticker on it, and now it's the Star Wars movie viewer, basically. The cartridges themselves, of which there were 5, were these things here. Kind of that reddish-orange brick kind of thing. The top had that little indentation to hold it in with a little tab there at the top. Same thing on the bottom for another little tab. You got your little hole here for where it goes in so that you can crank it. When you're looking in, the lens is having you look in through this hole here, backside, such a just solid here. And then you had your label that said this side up for Kenner Movie Viewer. It has a little arrow, has Star Wars and copyright, May the Force be with you, or whatever the title happens to be. And this little yellow thing here says this side up for Kenner Video Center. So if you're playing with the Video Center, you put them one way. If you're playing with the movie viewer that was specifically geared towards Star Wars, and you would put it in this way. So you'd like take it, snap it in, hold it up to your eye, cranky, 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 cranky to be able to watch it, right? We saw this way back in episode 62. It's been in chapter 1 of A Saga on Home Video, both in 1st and 2nd editions. Well, as I said, there were 5 different cartridges, one of which is called the May the Force be with you. That's the one that came with the unit itself. We've never seen the unit in its original packaging. Now, we are going to, thanks to a fortuitous eBay auction. Now, we have seen one of the cartridges in their original packaging. As a reminder from 62.1, that was this, Assault on Death Star. We've talked about how the titles are all screwy and missing words before. Not Assault on the Death Star, but Assault on Death Star. Here, okay, we will look at the others first. I just want to show this briefly to kind of show you how there's some differences in what we're going to see momentarily. So, very quickly, Star Wars Movie Cassette Color Show, title of it, Vader's TIE, firing here the TIE Advanced X1 on the top there, for use with all Kenner movie viewers and video centers, has the title again over here, little product numbery type thing right there. The actual front of the main packaging here has a kid looking through it, says ages 3 and up. Product number, simple to insert, snap in cassette and crank to see exciting action. Continuous loop film. Kenner with some copyright type stuff here. Vader's TIE again from a different angle here. Hey mom, save $1 when you buy 2 Kenner movie cassettes. See details on back of package. Ooh. Then aside there, you get your product number, Star Wars movie cassette, and then color show. Same kind of thing on the other side here. Similar, just arranged differently there on the bottom with Kenner and the legalese down here as well. And this was how you would see those packaged. And if you wanted to get a deal on them, all that information was on the back. So in this case, for this one, it says, also available are these cassette color shows. Bionic Woman, $6 Million Man, Star Wars, and it lists a couple of titles here for the other 2, like 1 each. And then for Star Wars, it lists all 4 of the ones sold separately, because May the Force be with you is inside the regular package. So the other ones, which are Danger at the Cantina, Assault on Death Star, Battle in Hyperspace, and Destroy Death Star, all get listed on here, despite the fact one of them is the one you're holding. And then information about refunds, proof of purchase with Kenner, and the form, and all that kind of stuff that you might need with the cassette on the inside. This is the one we've seen before. we'll see sort of a variation as we look at the packaging of some of the other cassettes in this episode. So, let's start here with the actual movie viewer itself and its packaging. I never thought I'd have one of these in its original packaging to be able to show good or bad condition. That is this. Right? Finally. It does pop up at the top because it has been opened. I'm just going to let that flap pop so I can point to other stuff. So up in the corner, it says, pick up and see instructions on side panel. Right, so there's a place where you could actually look inside and try it out, hence having the front open so you could turn the crank. And then notice, aside from the fact that it's open, it says turn handle, so there was no plastic here or anything. You really could reach inside and turn it. I guess they were much more trusting back in '77. Then up here in the corner, it looks like it should be a sticker, but it's not. It says, hey Mom! Save $1 when you buy 2 Kenner film cassettes. See details on cassette package. Not this package, but the cassette package. Same deal as the others. Though, these days we'd say, oh, hey Mom? What about the other parent, huh? What if Dad is buying this? And so on and so on and so on. Yeah, whatever. But 1977, hey Mom, is what they said. Kenner, Star Wars with the shot from the poster there. Movie viewer, exciting Star Wars action movies. No sound, very short, you have to crank. But I guess that could be very exciting if that was your way of seeing it, because home video releases of the full film wouldn't arrive for another 5 freaking years. This side, pick up and see again. Hold up to your eye, point top of package towards light, and turn crank. So yes, there is also a hole at the top that we will see to help light get into the little thing that I mentioned before. Kenner, Star Wars movie viewer, exciting Star Wars action movies. This side, Star Wars movie viewers, exciting Star Wars action movies. Kenner again, just with a shot. Like a promotional, it's not really a shot for the film, but a promotional shot again there. Over here, product number in the corner. The top, again, giving you that space for the light to come in. Product number, Star Wars movie viewer. Continuous action. Run forward and back. No rewinding. No tangled film. Kenner. Tangled film, like say the mini Cinex we saw out of Italy would be a nightmare for tangled film. You get your proof of purchase. And then over here, a place for your price tag, if they were going to put it on that part as opposed to the front. And then a quick shot of a kid sort of putting it in there to show how it works. Although that is not exactly the same design of the cartridge labels there. So it must have been some kind of like, preliminary shot they used for that. The back, place for the price, Star Wars movie viewer, exciting Star Wars action movies. Kenner, bunch of legalese. Also available are these color cassettes. The $6 Million Man, The Bionic Woman, and Star Wars, they call them refills. Sure, why not? Not sure refills is what I would have called it, but that's okay. And then if you wanted to actually see the sort of the side that's meant to face outward on the shelves, I think this is kind of the cool thing now. This is how you usually see people displaying these to show it's really in there and can really crank so you can try it. But I would have assumed that back then, this is what was sitting out as the front on the shelves. You've got this shot here. Again, lots of information. Pick up and see instructions on side panel. Ages 5 and up. Wait a second. 5 and up? This one said ages 3 and up. Yes, the age limit for this dropped over time. Apparently. As we will see with the packaging on some of the other stuff here. Star Wars movie viewer, exciting Star Wars action movies. Just insert film cassette, turn handle. Notice the price tag on here, it looks like it's a vintage price tag of like $7.94 or something from somewhere called Two Guys. Don't know if that's actually legit or if that was like a bargain price later or anything. I'm not sure about the actual retail price of this thing in '77. But you have the kid looking through it. No batteries needed. Yes, it is your cranking that will get it to work. Human power. Kenner with some legalese. It says LP. This Kenner toy has been tested under actual play conditions to assure you of quality, reliability, safety, and long-lasting play. Long-playing toy. So LP must mean long playing. That's new to me. But I don't do a lot of toys from this era. Then again, the Hey Mom type of thing, just like on the other panel that we saw. Shot of Luke and Leia. Contains one movie viewer and one cassette featuring May the Force Be With You. Lots of information to be found here on the packaging. When you open it, and I will do so very carefully here, you'll find that actually the way it was packaged is kind of interesting. And yes, this has the original instructions that we will look at as well. But basically, it's like a folded cardboard so that it kind of fits over the prong that lets the light in. The cassette is actually inserted into it while it's in the packaging, which kind of makes sense, I suppose. And then you have sort of this hollow area with a couple of slits in it to hold the handle. So basically, to take it out, you would lift up the top and pull this out. I'm not going to, I mean, I can, I have before with this one. This is a much nicer one than the one that I had. Has that Star Wars logo. It's all just packaged in this cardboard piece to hold it in place. And then you have your instructions for just generic movie viewers, so Star Wars or otherwise. It tells you what to do. 1, 2, 3, and 4. For best results, use the viewer in a well-lighted area. Number 1. Snap in cassette as shown. Turn handle until you hear a continuous clicking sound. Or these days, you don't hear a clicking sound because you have broken the damn thing, because the film has snapped, because it's freaking over 40 years old. Number 2. Holding viewer straight forward, look in the lens. Focus the picture by turning knob up or down until picture is sharp. Notice knob is capitalized. Why? Number 3. Turn handle forward, in all caps, forward to see the show. For extra fun, turn the show backwards. And then 4, to remove cassette, lift out. There's the long play thing, some legalese, Kenner, meets or exceeds all safety requirements for product standard, and then gives 72-76. Then on the back, some advertisement, though not very flashy. Bionic color movies available at your dealer. Colonel Steve Austin Adventures, Bionic Woman to the Rescue, with copyright underneath that. What's interesting here is that this only notes 2 other Star Wars cassettes being available, which makes me think the other 2 came later. It says Star Wars color movies available at your dealer. Not your toy store, your dealer, right? You know, you guys got any more of them color shows? Any more of them movie viewer cassettes? Anyway, we have Destroy Death Star and Battle in Hyperspace. In this case, hyperspace with a space inside it, which shouldn't be there. Yet another spelling thing for them. Then copyright, and then at the bottom, information about reaching out about this, with some product number stuff on the bottom. I love the reaching out part. Basically, it's like, if you can't find these in a store, we'll send them to you. This is way before internet commerce. It basically says, if you cannot find the color movies you want, we will, as a service, send them to you direct. Send $3.50 per color movie. Check or money order. Sorry, no CODs. A check is something that comes from your bank account. A money order you pay ahead of time, and it's a thing that lets you get the money back out. It's almost like a bondish type thing. And then COD means cash on delivery. No, you can't have them send it to you on the expectation you will pay when it arrives. That's not a thing for them. With your name, address, and zip code. Include the name of the movie. Duh. Ohio residents add 4% Ohio sales tax and 0.5% Hamilton County tax. Ouch. Please allow 30 days for processing of order. Mailed to Kenner Products, and here's the address for Cincinnati. So they're pretty big on making sure you could get your color shows if you wanted any of these other cassettes. You don't see that with a lot of products. You see mail order, but something that's just like, hey, if you can't find the ones you want off this list, don't worry, we got you covered. Write to us. Send us some cash. We got you covered. Remember, your dealer may not be able to get it to you, but we can. So I guess if the dealer is like the drug dealer for this stuff, I suppose this is the supplier in some foreign nation growing fields of stuff that would drive our narcos nuts. But notice it mentions 2 that would have been available around the same time as it was initially being released, not 4 other ones. The 2 that it mentions do not include the one that I showed you. I believe that this was a later run within this product line now that I'm seeing this information. I would not have known this prior to seeing this stuff here. But this is sort of like the revised packaging. 3 and up, not 5 and up. And this is, again, for Assault on Death Star. A Danger at the Cantina is the other one that was seemingly from the latter printing. If by chance, by the way, you have a Danger at the Cantina in its original packaging that you are interested in selling, please let me know, or let me know if you have a line on it, because that is now the only one I don't have in its original packaging, and I'd love to complete this set. That said, there were two, again, released at the same time, which previously I had just as the cassettes, which now, thanks to this auction in which I got the actual player in its original packaging, I now have in its original packaging as well, or in their original packaging as well. Let's take a look. This is the really poorly named Battle in Hyperspace, because there ain't one in A New Hope. There is no battle in hyperspace. It's just a battle in frickin' space. Whatever. We won't look at the cassette because the cassettes, again, are all designed the same way. I want to show you the packaging because there are some differences here. So we have Star Wars Movie Cassette Color Show, name of the program, and a shot from the film, in this case, Luke. So that is all essentially designed the same way with that, Star Wars logo with the part of the poster over here. And then we have, for use with all Kenner movie viewers and video centers, again, with the product number and a place for the price, again, essentially the same. The sides, Star Wars product number, movie cassette, color show. Same thing again on the other side. Bottom, essentially the same, just stretching out that same stuff. Okay? And then on the main part of the front here, the kid looking through it, and another shot, in this case, the Jawa. And then it does have the Hey Mom thing over here, right? So that is the same. But over on this side, it says ages 5 and up, not 3 and up. Product number. Has some text here we'll come back to. And has that long play certification logo thing here before the Kenner and the legalese. Whereas the other one had the Kenner and the legalese, no long play thing, and said 3 and up. Like as if it was like revised later. But the text is a little bit different. Again, this one said, simple to insert. Yes, simple to insert. Snap in cassette and crank to see exciting action. Yep, same thing. Continuous loop film. Yep, same thing. Except, whereas this one stops the text there, this one continues on underneath and says, turns forwards and backwards. I'm assuming there may have been some kind of controversy about that, or something with parents being upset about something relating to it. Maybe they were breaking it by doing it constantly back and forth or something. So that line, along with the LP long play thing, are both gone from what seems to be later in the year releases. Though I will say the copyright date on the one that I've had before at the bottom does say 78. I had been under the impression this was repackaged just in 78 and had been available before. It looks like it was not. So it looks like you're looking at 3 from 77 and 2 from 78, which would have been awesome to know before noting that this is a 1977 primary product line for the book, but nothing I can do about that now. Then you got the other one from 77, Destroy Death Star here. Similar design, except you've got now Obi-Wan versus Vader, and you've got Stormtroopers here, with that same continuation, the same 5 and up thing, the same LP thing, essentially identical in design. If you look at the back of either, you will also find a difference, because I didn't show you the back a moment ago, got so tied up in the front being different. You notice it's pretty much the same, except because those other 2 Star Wars ones weren't available yet, the list at the top only includes the one for Bionic Woman, the one for $6 Million Man, and then the 2 other ones for Star Wars, or I guess the 2 for Star Wars, including the one that you're looking at, but not the other 2 that weren't available yet. So, kind of cool to see those differences in packaging that I had never actually seen before, because I've never actually acquired the early versions, any of this, in their original packaging, with the exception of that one for Assault on Death Star that I had back in episode 62.1 oh so long ago. So now we have had a chance to check out the packaging of the main Star Wars movie viewer, the packaging variation between 77 and 78 as part of this product line, and now we know that there's actually a split in those 4 non-pack-in cassettes of 2 in 77 and what looks like probably 2 in 78. I would love to get my hands again on Danger at the Cantina if anybody happens to have a line on where to find one of those in its original packaging. So fun stuff, not something I'll use very often because I don't want to break the film inside it by cranking it or anything like that, but I'm very happy to finally have an original packaging version in my collection for the movie viewer and for a couple more of the cassettes. So with that, we'll wrap up this episode. Thank you for watching, and may the Force be with the home video viewers.